Okay, yay. Y'all, it took forever for this doggone computer to do its job and to work like it's supposed to work, y'all. Like, I cannot make this up. Um, it was giving me, uh, yeah, it was putting me through the wire, and I was not appreciative of that. Okay. Um, here, no, I don't want an airplane mode. Do not want an airplane mode. What I'm trying to do right now, if you guys see me moving around, I'm just trying to make sure that my camera is a little bit brighter. It is doing its own thing, and so I want to make sure that background. I just want to make sure that I can see the device display brightness. Night light off, off, turn it off. There we go. All right, y'all. So I'm back. Thank y'all so much. I really couldn't see myself. I wanted to give myself a little bit more of an insight um, of how I was looking and stuff like that. So, yeah, now that we got that out the way, um, I wanted to talk about carrying on. Let's see if they get the other one. I wanted to talk about how to carry on. Today, I am in the process of traveling to Ocean City, Maryland to hand over my reigning title and my reigning crown as the 2022 All American Miss to the next title holder. And so when this happened, I was just so stressed out. I was nervous, but I didn't think that I really covered and conquered as much as I did until I started putting everything together in a slideshow. And that way I started seeing things, from a different perspective. But when I first started, I did not have a lot of confidence going in. I just got finished with stage 3 cancer, and it was only a couple of months. It was a little bit over 6 months when I had entered this pageant. And the reason why I did that is because I just had this inkling, like I could not go to sleep. It was like God was talking to me, y'all. Like God was talking to me in my dreams to literally get up and apply for this pageant. And so that's why I went. And I really didn't think that I actually had a chance to actually win or anything like that. And so when I did win, I just went to go have fun. I was just like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care how they think I look. I don't care if, I'm not the light skinned or the fair skinned Barbie doll. Because if you're, not white, they want to have you black as the fair skin or super, super dark where, and I'm in that in between. And so I was like, I don't care what I look like. I don't care what people think. Not to say what I don't look like, because I do care what I look like. Excuse me. But I I just wanted to show my authentic self, have fun, and to train and get ready for next year. And that's what I expected to happen in my life. But God had other plans. And so I ended up winning, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and run with this. This is the opportunity. I try not to let opportunities fall to the ground, especially if somebody is um giving you an opportunity. So what I did was I just kept going. I ran with it. I went to every outing people would invite me to. I tried to raise as much money as I possibly could and kept going. During that, I also want to bring back during that time when I didn't feel like I was worthy, some of I'm gonna say this, how I felt like I was being treated was a little bit off. And I didn't, I didn't try to take it personal, but excuse me, it did have some effect on me to where, okay, I felt like I needed to work on a lot of things by myself, which I did. But looking back at it, when I started seeing the truth, when I started seeing the pictures, uh, what was going on and seeing my movements, how I was going about things and all of that good stuff, I noticed that I was really rocking it. The reason why I won was I was really rocking it. I really, really was. I was rocking it. Um, and I was having a good time with it. And so, not only that, that overcame, it gave me a lot to, um, sorry, y'all, there's so much here swinging all around. It's getting quite annoying. So, just gonna put it out there. Anywho, so they gave me an opportunity to get up and have more confidence and courage in myself and believing in myself. And although, people will try to portray as if, you're not successful and you're not making progress and steps toward it. And it might look on the outside, even to you, that you're not making progress. Every time you step outside, every time you do something going towards your goals, you're making progress. You are making progress. If no one else looks at you, I have this chat, and sometimes I don't even have a single person that looks at these videos, but I know that I am making progress because I got myself up and I showed up every single day. And you have to also remember that it's God that promotes and not man. So this is my time to warm up and to use as practice to get myself ready when God does drop things in my lap. God does not, He doesn't give you things that you can't handle. He prepares you for it. And so that's what I thought. That was my time, and if He allowed that gift to happen to me, I'm going to run with it. And I did. I went on Fashion Week, fashion shows. I went to Paris Fashion Week, New York's Fashion Week, Chicago's Fashion Week. Anybody who would have me, I'm going to it. What else? I talked about the platform. I talked about the national platform. I went to basketball games. I did dances. I did anything that I um, felt like would be a benefit to the cause. And this year, excuse me, y'all. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning because I was supposed to leave at 6 on my flight. But long story. I'm gonna talk about that later. But as I started reflecting and sitting back and looking at all those dates and all those times and everything else that was going on, I noticed that I was doing the doggone thing. Okay. The reason some of those things were happening was because a lot of people was fearing it. A lot of people didn't expect me to get out there and make things happen, especially how I was going. Sometimes I was too bubbly. I have a real bubbly personality. So that's why I always say if I ever have an interview, I don't give a care how cute I look in red. I can rock red. I would never wear red in an interview. You know why? Because I am a bubbly person. And so that can definitely overpower. So yeah. But anyhow, yeah, I was just looking at that and I was like, dang, I actually am an overcomer. I actually am a conqueror. I started seeing all of the things that I had accomplished with the help of others, but a lot of the things that I had accomplished, and I was really proud of myself. I was really, really, happy and proud of myself. So I'm saying this and I'm sharing my story to say this to you. Don't give up. Carry on, okay? Don't get upset when people try to downplay you or talk about you, or you feel like you might have a day, a week, or even month, a month that you didn't feel like you did your best. Keep going. Keep going. Eventually it will get better. Eventually it will get better. Sometimes another thing is that people sometimes people will make you feel as if it is your fault that you are moving forward in your life. So they're gonna attack you for them not moving forward in their life. I saw that. I saw that now more than ever, and I want to keep that have you guys to keep that in mind, keep going, because your story is going to help other people's story. You don't go through things by yourself for yourself. First of all, we're never alone, but you don't go through storms and things just for yourself. You're there to tell your story for other people to see, so that they can make it too. When they see that, oh yeah, this person has made it, I can make it too. When they see, oh, this person has done this and this, I'm going through this process, I don't know how, I'm not seeing anybody who looks like me or who has the similar problems as me that is going through this. They're going to be able, when you share your story, once they see you and you've already overcame it, okay, I can look at that and I can kind of formulate, okay, there's something going on here. One of the things that I was able to look at and to see was that when I was going through my process and my awakening and finding out who I was designed to be, people call it their highest version of themselves. It's who I'm becoming to become Belle on the road to becoming Belle. That's what it is for me. And so when I came and I started learning more more about that, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't find anyone who's going through this. I feel like I'm all alone. God literally showed me a lot of people. Some of them were celebrities, Steve Harvey, about him being homeless in his car. I went through a spell through that, and some of it was intentional because I would felt like I needed to focus on my business. I would rather have a business you know um, than to have a home for a minute. It's only temporary. And that's what I believed. And so, um, yeah, it's not for everybody, but that's one of the things that um, I understood. I will be sent. God will send me to seeing other people's stories and how they collide and uh, how they are symbolic and close towards mine, so that I can say, okay, there's a process going on that I'm getting purified for, so that what I really need to do is just sit down, endure the process, learn what I have from it, learn what I can get from it, and then multiply. That's all we're doing. We're getting broken down, built back up to multiply. Broken down, built back up to multiply. And if you ever want growth and expansion, you always have to be shifted and shaped and molded. So that has to happen. It does not matter who and what it is. It does not matter who and what it is. In order for water to become ice, it has to go through a process before a plant becomes a seed becomes a plant. It goes through a process. So we are no different. We are no different when we're trying to achieve things. We are going through a process. And sometimes that process can take, sometimes we focus so much on the process that it takes us off of the big goal, the end result, saying that if I do go through this process, this is what I'm going to get. And because we do that and we're looking so focused on the process, we mistaken what the process was as the end result. I was going through this a lot. I was going through this a lot, and I'm not even lying. I cannot kid you. I felt like some of these days was like it was never going to end. Some of these dark nights, I had no one to talk to. I had no one to tap on and say, "Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you pray for me?" Okay, I always try to guard myself around, especially a lot of women that pray. Even if it's men that pray, definitely men that pray. But I try to guard myself around that. But what if your whole circle and everything else is being attacked? That's what I experienced. Not only that, God had pulled me away from a lot of those situations where I was guarded to help shape and mold me into the person that I needed to be, the person that I needed to be. And so what that meant was that I had to stand on my own. I had to learn how to have a better prayer life. I had to be diligent. I had to learn to show up every time. I had to pick myself back up when things got bad. You have to think about, in order to be a true leader and to lead a huge flock, you have to be able to stand on your own, because the people behind you, being a leader, the people behind you are looking to you for elevation. They're looking to you for advice. They're looking to you for help. So if you can't get that and you haven't reached down inside of yourself to find out the essence of you, it's going to be very difficult. It is going to be extremely difficult. Okay. You'll be crying, and rightfully so. Listen, I went through that process. Y'all can see me through the whole thing. I'm crying. I'm like, man, a lot of unfair treatment. You will not be able to deal with it. You'll be crying and you'll be thinking like, oh, this happened to me and I should be helped. But a leader knows that some of these things you have to endure. A leader knows that some of these things you have to endure to get to the other side. You don't have anyone to comfort you and to take you over to the other side sometimes. Sometimes. Not all the times. Not all the time, but sometimes. Because I will tell you, being a leader, you do have to have somebody to transition you into that position. That's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, let me stop moving my hands. So, like I said, back to the story. When I was looking at myself, I saw the progress. I saw the process. I saw the things that I was going through, and I looked great. And I was really, really happy with it. Although I went through a lot of hardships, it was a lot of funding problems, a lot of other issues, a lot of personal issues that was in the way, a lot of physical ailments that was in the way, and I overcame them all, and it gave me the greatest satisfaction because I kept going. I saw the end result to the next. I got to the next stage and to the next phase and then to the next branch. And so that is what I want to share with you. Carry on, keep moving. Eventually, you will get what you need to get. You will reap a harvest if you faint not. It might not look like it because people that you want to praise you and to get accolades from, they're not giving it to you. But I promise you, the right people will. The right people will. And you want the right people because those are the people that are going to elevate you. Those are the people that are going to open up when you open up your womb, they'll be able to expand you and place things into your womb so that you can give birth, or they can end up delivering what you have already there. So it is very intentional. Keep going. Don't stop. I don't care who it is, what it looks like. Don't let anything stop what you're trying to do, what your goal is, because that's what we're put on this earth for, to push out the goals, the 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 ideas that are in the mind, to push them out into physical form. Okay. And so I want you guys to remember that. I am going to get off of here because I'm still hungry, y'all. I'm trying not to eat because I know I'm going to eat when I get to Charlotte. I know I'm going to eat when I get to Charlotte, and I really want some Bojangles with some Doritos, y'all. I am going crazy over Doritos. Know why? But anyhow, I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye bye.